You then go off and look at the Department of Labor data for this group called non-supervisory workers, basically everybody in America who doesn't boss anybody else, about 80% of the workforce. Once again corrected for inflation, you find that their hourly wage rate goes down 14%. The tide goes up and 80% of the boats sink. Why? Topographical fact number 5, you go down to Mexico in the summer of 1994, which is not ancient history. And in the summer of 1994, Mr. Salinas is a hero on the cover of every magazine. This is the country that has done it perfectly. They go from a big budget deficit to a budget surplus. They sell 1,000 state-owned companies, including the telephone company, to an American group. They deregulate and privatize everything. And in the NAFTA treaty, they promise to do something that no other country has had the guts to do. They will essentially completely deregulate agriculture over a 15-year period of time, and the Mexican corn and bean farmer will go head-to-head with the Iowa corn and bean farmer. Fast forward just 7 months, February 1995, Mr. Salinas is once again on the cover of every magazine. This time he's a possible drug dealer or a possible murderer and incompetent. The Mexicans have lost 1 million jobs, and imagine this happening in the United States. The standard of living of the average middle-class Mexican family has fallen 50% in a 7-month period of time. That would be revolutionary if it happened in the United States. How do you consistently explain all those things? What explanations would you offer? Is with the end of communism, socialism, and basically the labor movement, capitalism is in a position to be much tougher on its workforce. Take the statistic that used to gets a lot of attention, the fact that 20 years ago the average CEO was making 35 times as much as the average employee, and today he or she, and it's mostly he, is making 160 times as much. You wouldn't have done that in the 1950s in France or Italy, because if the companies had dared to do it, the communists would have won the next election. You wouldn't have done that in Germany and Britain in the 1950s, because if you dared to do it, the socialists would have won the next election. And if you noticed your New York Times a week or two ago, last year CEO salaries went up 30%, and the wages of the average worker went up 2.5%. In the 1950s, you wouldn't have dared to do that because 40% of the workforce was unionized, and if CEOs got a 30% increase, every other worker would have got a 30% increase, or the whole economy would have come to a halt with strikes. And what we have, of course, is we've broken the post-World War II social contract. No new social contract has been written except fear. And the fact of the matter is, with the communists gone away, the socialists gone away, and unions gone away, business is in a position to be much tougher on its workforce than it was previously.